Hi guys, welcome back to the next video. In this video, we are going to talk about when to use multiple AWS regions. Now, this is one of the important questions over here about it's asking you when to use multiple AWS regions. So here we are going to cover disaster recovery, business continuity, low latency for end user, and data sovereignty. So these are some of the items we're going to look as part of this particular video. Now do remember that for the low latency, I have created a video at the end of the session. I complete the next action item. So in the end of the session, I've created a hands-on video in which you can try out the latency hands-on to understand a bit more about latency. That's the only thing which we can actually, which I can actually show you in terms of all these action items, because more or less disaster recovery, business continuity, and data sovereignty is all about like theory based, and there is no actual way of implementing it. But low latency is something which I can show you as a hands-on. But not to disturb this course overview, I have put that video on the end of this particular section. So let's go ahead into this video and we will understand. Firstly, we'll start with disaster recovery. Now, using multiple AWS regions can provide significant benefits. In the previous video, we have seen about working with multiple availability zones. All right. So availability zones actually provide you, kind of a resilience towards your application. It gives you high availability to your application. But what if that you need more than that? For example, if you see the model of the global infrastructure. So right now we are over here. We have deployed our application over here in terms of the Northern Virginia. I'm sorry, Northern Virginia is where we have deployed our application. So perfect. So now my customers are currently located in the Americas, in the northern part of the Americas, mostly in this location. But suddenly I am getting requests from multiple people from India location. Now, in this situation, now I need to put a server across in this location, because every time people access it, they have to come through here and then access it to that region. So that becomes a lot of latency over here coming from India to the Americas, right? So what I do is like I want to implement it on region basis of my application whichever I'm hosting over here. So what I do is like I plan for a service, a load balancer which can actually load balances the service between the American region and the Indian region and host my service on Mumbai region. Now the first question is like, can we get this done? Yes, we can. Now that's where we are coming into this topic of multi-region for AWS. So here using multiple AWS region can provide significant benefits in terms of availability, performance, and compliance. Now here are some of the scenarios that you can work with multiple regions. Now disaster recovery is one of the important things where the purpose is to ensure that the infrastructure and the application can recover quickly and reliably from failures such as single region failure. This is region-based failure where it could be a cyber attack which has happened in AWS region. So that could actually impact multiple regions, multiple availability zones in a region. So this is a strategy by replicating infrastructure across multiple region, which can switch to a secondary region in case of a regional failure or a kind of like any kind of attack on a specific region. Now, if I want to do the same thing, I can also have, if I have customers only in the US, I can have my application hosted at the Northern Virginia, US East one, and I can also host it on Ohio as well, just to have redundancy over here. And I can just turn off the instances until if there is any disaster happening over here, then I can switch to this instances. Now, do remember that you can configure for some of the services, there is a option of doing that as well. Now, in terms of business continuity, the purpose is to maintain uninterrupted business operation during outages or disasters and ensuring the service remain accessible. Now, the strategy is to use region to replicate critical infrastructure and data so that if one region goes down, our operation can seamlessly continue from another region. Now, the next important thing about the low latency for end users. So this is what I was telling you on the starting of the video about low latency. Now here, the purpose is to ensure that the latency between the end user and your application by deploying resource closer to your geographical location. Distributing applications across multiple regions, each close to key user base, to ensure that the faster response time and an improved user experience is much recommended. The next one is about data sovereignty and compliance. Now, here, data is so important, and to comply with the local data laws and regulations that require sensitive data to be stored in a specific geographical boundaries. For example, a data which is about the user information of a specific region, like for their name and ethnicity and their social security number or any kind of information which you have towards that data, that needs to be compliant by the regulatory requirements in that specific region, because every region will have a specific requirements like GDPR. So likewise, you need to you need to comply with those information. So that is also something which you can do on a region basis. So if you're working with UAE, for example, then you can have your own UAE data center in that region, and that region will hold all the UAE related information in that region only. So this is just an example. So this is pretty much the reasons why or benefits or when to use multi-region in terms of working with AWS. Thank you again for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.